Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, back. It is your turn.
Who's what? Where?
You.
Oh, my turn. Okay, I
turn.
didn't hear you over. Okay. Well, I'm going to plant these 5 saplings.
All right.
And
I'd like to make a quick perception check before you're doing that.
Okay. Perception check. That is a 17 plus 4 is 21.
You also see the creature, who has some important notes.
Oh.
Ooh.
What was that?
But they don't disappear. In fact, they go up to you. They actually tower over you by about an extra, almost double your height. Like they're tall, inhumanly so. And they lean down to you and they tell you the simple phrase of
listen to the goddess book, for it will guide you.
And then vanishes.
Okay.
Did you understand what it said?
I think we caught about half of that. I caught about half of that.
Listen to.
I listen to the goddess's book, for it will guide you.
Okay. I am going to. Well, let's see. Dash.
Do you need to roll for perception to see if you craft your pants?
Roll Constitution to see how scared you get.
I'm gonna dash over there to where they are.
All right. And y'all encounter, once again, I'm not going to make you roll. You see the bridge in the water. Or what the remnants of what appears to be a bridge in the water.
Okay.
All right. Am I say, okay, do you guys all just want to go across the bridge? Or the general idea of the bridge? Or kind of swim through the water near it?
It wasn't going to be my next turn, but, or my next action, but I mean, if you're suggesting we head in that direction, I mean, I'm certainly not going to argue.
No, I'm asking because just following what you've been doing. Because if you all want to go in that direction, I'll just say you all take your turn at once.
Do we just assume that we know why Peter's come running up on us?
You guys can talk to Peter. I'm not saying you guys can't.
Okay.
Guys, I just saw something really, really weird and big and red.
Man, no. Let us talk about this strategically. A red creature, did it suddenly appear and then disappear?
Well, I saw it and it did disappear, but not before it told me to listen to the goddess's book.
How does one listen to a book? Perhaps we need somebody to read the book out loud.
Well, we'll have to find a book first.
Yes, that is true. It did not say anything about where to find this book.
No.
That is mysterious. I wonder if it was the same creature that I saw here just moments ago.
Was that also red?
It was red and yet slimy, but I only just caught a glimpse of it before it disappeared.
I had seen something a few days ago that was red. It might have been the same thing again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was the same thing you saw before.
Was he the only one that saw it? I don't recall it, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, because he rolled really low again.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. Yes, I rolled low and he rolled higher. So. Yeah,
so he had seen this before.
He didn't think to mention it. Sorry. That is most strange. Young Morden, have you sensed any of these creatures about?
No.
Well, perhaps your senses are quite as attuned as us elves are. This bridge that we seem to have come across, this ancient bridge, perhaps we should try to find a way to ford across this river. Obviously, this path is leading us somewhere. Perhaps it will lead us towards this book that of the goddess that we must listen to. Though I am concerned about leaving good Harmon behind without letting us know, or without him knowing whereabouts we have gone.
You have a feeling he'll be fine.
Okay, well, that's good. I was wondering if we should leave a dirt pillar and a torch or something to let him know which direction we went.
He's with his friend.
The smiley face. Yes, the smiley one. Yes, that is quite true. would it make sense before we cross the river? Would it make sense to judge? Like, is it this river moving fast, or is it like a natural ford that just somebody put a bridge over?
So what it is it's like this large pond area for the most part, like it's kind of like lake that is like kind of like very still up until it gets to about 10 blocks away from land, and then it kind of dips into a river that is moving at a decent pace, but you can easily swim across it, but it is decently deep.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about doing a danger check or anything like that about it?
Not really.
Okay. Any thoughts? Shall we proceed to ford this river here?
Sounds good.
Morden, do you require assistance? Being as short as you are, you may not be able to ford properly. Are you able to swim, or shall I carry you upon my back?
I am fine.
Good lad. It's good to
Lad, do not call me lad.
It is good to tackle these challenges on your own.
It will not be a challenge.
No, that is good. That is good then. Let us proceed then.
Yes.
All right. Am I safe to assume you guys are all dashing across the lake area?
Yes.
All right.
I think that's probably good.
I'm saying dashing. You guys are going at the same time, so we're just gonna for now we're gonna take away the turn system.
Okay.
See how you guys fare with it, and then depending on how that works, we will either bring it back or leave it. Okay.
No, we might move now that we're moving. It might make sense to do that. So.
Like, now that you guys are all kind of doing the same thing, it doesn't make sense. You go, okay, turn, you're moving through 30 feet, you're moving 30 feet, you're moving 30 feet.
One at a time, and everybody's catching up to each other. Yeah,
it's just at this point, y'all, there's no turns. If you want to do something, speak, and tell the group what you're doing, and then, yeah, we'll see how that goes. If it turns you guys are talking over each other, or, like, one person's not getting a chance to do anything, we'll go back to the turn system.
Okay.
But as of now, no more turns.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are across the river, and you're now on land, and you see another body of water, some trees, along with what appears to be some ruins, but another path. So, like, right in front of you, there's what appears to be some form of, like, cobblestone, or, like, stone brick. That's very mossy and, like, standing, so it looks like it's, like, some ruins. To your left, the path continues, and in between them, there's a sign.
Think.
Morton, you go up to the sign, and it says, "In respect for our mother, follow the path and walk her bridge." And along the path, there's a bunch of, like, banners that all look the exact same. I'll send you guys a picture of what they look like. So that's the path.
Okay.
And then,
right.
And like that's the kind of banner that's on all of them.
Does anyone of us recognize that pattern? Because there was a pattern on one of the previous statues.
Make a religion check.
All right. Should we all make a religion check, or
anyone who wants to know about it?
All right. 7 + 0 is 7. So my religion once again sucks.
Religion check. Well, mine does too. Mine is 5.
Oh, okay, you make me feel good there, good Sir Pataris. Our ignorance knows no bounds.
30-20.
This is the symbol for the goddess Sulphira.
You want to just type that out, please?
Yeah.
We should be putting that in an important note.
Sylphira.
Where do you get that from?
I just spelled it, that's all.
I thought I was a bad speller.
Hey guys, looking important notes for how to spell.
SLPH. You are actually quite right.
Yeah, I was exactly
is that the same? Did you? Was that your second choice for a name there, Pataris?
No. I just spelled it the way it sounds.
And
we all know spelling doesn't work that way. Sulphira.
There you go.
And do I remember anything else about her?
You remember she is the goddess of the overworld, and once again, a fairly recent god. And these banners do actually look shockingly recent, judging on how old the ground looks, as it's been grown over and shattered.
So banners new, ground old.
You say the banners look new. Are they perhaps enchanted of some sort to keep them new? Or are they legitimately new in the...
No, they look freshly woven.
All right, so it's not like they're just not protected by some sort of mysticism or...
Nope.
Okay.
Make a perception check though.
All right. 17 plus 4 is 21.
Behind some of the banners, you do see old, rotted, like kind of falling apart versions of the banner.
Ah, so it looks like these are regularly replaced.
And once again, from what you guys remember, Sylphira was once again a fairly new god, as in like the recent 100 years or so. She was discovered, or at least began to take on the form of a goddess.
Well, my companions, it looks like we are not the only people in this area. Somebody definitely had. Well, sorry, I didn't realize this. This was what. Well, I guess we all kind of realize it, correct?
Well, this is actually information Gordon has.
That's right. Yeah, because he knows about who the goddess is. We can pick up on that the banners are new.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not you guys about the goddess.
Please, if you do.
What she said.
Wow, that is quite the explanation there.
Who's she? Wait, who's she?
I commend your knowledge of religious matters there, half man. Was this perhaps a halfling goddess or someone that you perhaps don't know of yourself?
I don't know.
Make a wisdom check, Gordon.
4.
What is this?
Have advantage.
Oh, with advantage?
With advantage. I really want you to know this.
14.
Okay, you do know about this goddess a bit more because your wife and children, your wife worshipped her.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Although you personally do not remember much about this.
Wow. It's important.
Yeah.
My wife worshipped her, so I guess she applied to halflings.
Oh.
I don't know much about her.
There wasn't much about races when it came to gods. You do remember that as well. It didn't really matter race or ethnicity or like gender or whatever. Everyone kind of worshipped these three gods.
I'm going to assume that your wife was not an immortal giant red slime creature with 4 arms.
How stupid of you to figure that out on your own.
Wow. Good, Sir Pataris. I do think I do think we may be infringing on the half man's emotions here. He obviously has lost a family member with no knowledge of where they might be. We should perhaps give him a moment to compose himself.
I know where she is.
Do you now? Well, then perhaps you can lead us to her, and we might find our way out of this mysterious circumstance.
She is buried, sir.
Oh, then I once again apologize for myself this time for perhaps misunderstanding it. If you do require a moment to compose yourself, we would be more than understanding. I didn't realize we remembered anything of our previous lives, so I thought this was something that you'd added to him, and not something that was part of his backstory.
Yeah, it was. I added it on the spot. Yeah, I will say.
Seriously, did you add it on the spot, or was this something from his backstory?
I added it on the spot.
Oh, okay.
This is my adding.
Well,
I will also say more than that. You did just remember this. Like you had no recollection of it.
Yes. I try not to think about it.
Moving on from depressing stuff.
Yes.
Elves have no tact.
Do you guys wish to follow the path?
Sorry, go ahead, Pataris.
I'd like to, without leaving the path, take a quick look into these in these ruins to see if I spot anything.
You cannot.
Okay.
They're too far away. You would need to actually leave the path to get it.
So the ruins are at the end of the path.
Not that you can tell. The path seems to veer off in a totally different direction.
Okay. Before we move on, the sign said follow the bridge or across the bridge.
Yeah.
Of the goddess. Do we get the impression that it's not the bridge broken behind us, but it's a bridge ahead of us?
Yes, but there's no actual saying it's the goddess.
Sorry.
And the word for it are in respect for our mother, follow the path and walk her bridge. Okay.
All right. So the sign implies that it's ahead, not behind. Okay.
Yes.
Perhaps then we should continue on, companions, and I assume we're keeping an eye out for danger as well.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you're doing that.
Actually, Morden can't be surprised, can he?
No, he cannot.
No. Okay.
And also
Then,
for the time of day.
Yes, that's true. Oh, that's actually a good point.
It's about in game. It's about midday, maybe.
Okay.
Not even yet.
Okay. All right. So we got a little bit of time before we gotta start seeking shelter.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's no objections, perhaps we should continue on. Morden, would you like to take the lead?
Well, as we travel along, I wouldn't mind searching for a little bit of food as we walk along this path.
How much food do you need? I'm just gonna say you don't find any.
So rude. Hungry.
What are you talking about? You're full. You've got you have mutton and other things. Do you not? Are you that low in provisions, good Sir Elf? Do you require extra?
I'm not
sustenance?
an elf.
Sorry, good Sir Half Man.
Do not insult me.
No, I meant it only in the most companionable of ways.
Mm.
As you're walking this path, Morden, please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh.
Okay. 14.
Okay. As you're walking, you freeze for a second as you have a very vivid flashback of yourself, your wife, and your children walking this path before. You remember it being put together and very clean. The moss that you now see on it was never there, and it had lights and lanterns decorating the sides of it. You remember walking this path, and you remember the bridge, the bridge the sign was referring to, looking very decorated and colorful. And then you kind of, before you get too lost in the memory, you snap back and are kind of frozen in the group, frozen in place for a moment as you regain your senses. Peter and Wooldove, you see Morden freeze for a moment as you're walking this path, and no response comes from him for a moment as he then seems snapped back to reality.
Good sir, did you notice something?
I have been here before. A long time ago. In what is almost a different life. I have walked this road. The memory is painful. It is with my family. This was new at one time during my previous life.
That is disturbing indeed, good sir.
You guys wish to continue?
Yes, I believe so. I did.
Shall we carry on?
If Morden's able to continue on, or if he needs a moment to compose himself,
I will be all right. You take the lead, Elf.
I will take the lead then. How far away till the ruins?
You don't know.
We're heading towards the
We're still heading. So we hadn't made it very much further then.
No.
Okay.
Morden, no, you made it a decent amount further. Now you can see the ruins, but you don't know how long the path goes before it reaches this quote unquote bridge that was mentioned.
Then I guess we should probably continue along the road.
Staying to the road.
As you guys are walking, you see the remnants of what appears to be a bridge that continues to lead onto the path. Morden, you know for a fact this is not the bridge that was referred to in the sign.
This is not the bridge.
You do know that the bridge. You know that this is not the bridge yet. This is just part of the path. Just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
We should continue on.
Is the bridge in as poor condition as the last one, or is it something we can actually walk over?
It's missing entire middle part of it.
Is it over a river again, or is it
over
just
river?
over?
Over river, still the same speed. It's no danger.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we will continue across. If there's no effort to be expended to get it, I was worried it was over something different or whatnot. But so so we can see that in the distance across the lake.
Yeah.
Is that the ruins we're going to, or is the ruins still further up?
That's those ruins.
That's the ruins we can see. Okay.
Morden, for you it looks familiar, but you can't quite place it at this distance. But you do know that bridge, the very faint bridge you see, that is the bridge you're going to.
I believe we should head that way.
I'm gonna see you guys keep going.
No objections from me.
Yes.
All right. as you're going, you make it to the bridge. Morta, I'd like you to please make another wisdom saving throw.
16.
Once again, you begin to remember your children running ahead in the bridge as you and your wife would try and keep forward. You remember the bridge looking beautiful and clean and built. You remember when you went, this had just recently been built as the shrine to Silphira. Now it looks destroyed and not as though it has been destroyed by human means, as though time has withered it away. It should not look this old, no matter the lifetime, no matter the length of life you live.
I feel we are on the right path. I feel like we should continue on.
I agree. This is definitely becoming more mysterious. We haven't seen any other indication of these red people, have we?
No.
That's probably a good sign that we have not seen any of those mysterious red people. Either we are moved away from where they are, or we're moving in a way that is what they intend. Perhaps we should be very careful moving forward.
Yes.
Agreed.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say I think we're done talking. So.
Okay. As you go along the path, everyone here seems you get the feeling of silence and as though you should be quiet and respectful as you walk these grounds. It is strange almost how natural it feels to become silent. And as you come across what was once a place of worship, you remember how this thing used to look. You remember there used to be a spire in the middle that went up and had a waterfall that went through it. You remember the water in the sides used to flow freely, and walls used to stand tall and decorated with lights and lanterns and banners. There was never any holes or vines or the cobwebs in it. The the kind of diorite on the ground in like the weird squares, those were once standing tall and they've now fallen over. And there are spider webs in them. Although the lanterns do seem freshly lit. And you also don't remember the hut to the side of it being there, as there's smoke coming through the chimney of it.
Good Sir Morden, perhaps your memory will tell you what the function of this building was.
When I can't tell if like your mic cut out or you're just being quiet.
Always quiet.
Okay. So you're just being quiet.
Mm.
And as you are all standing there looking at this, you hear movement coming from the corner. And emerging from the side of this old shrine is a young elven woman. Or even a young elven girl. She looks about the equivalent to a teenager. As she wears light blue clothing. And has long blonde hair. Morden, you recognize this as priestess clothing. And she looks at you as you all enter with a look of absolute shock and near like joy yet horror as she acknowledges your presence.
I was gonna say she looks a little short for an elf.
She's a young elf.
What?
True. Yes, a teenage elf. Yes.
Oh no, she's like not 5'9". She's not terribly short, but she's not tall.
Okay.
She looks like a teenager, like too young to be on her own, essentially.
Young miss. Oh.
And actually, this will end the session for tonight.
Oh, okay. That's actually not too bad timing.